We are getting ready to start releasing our preseason high school football content, and up first is focused on the quarterback position. 4 of the 10 selected are from the class of 2020, and the other 6 are entering their senior season. Only 5 states made the cut. 4 come from the Golden State, 2 from Arizona, 2 from the Lone Star State, and 1 from Georgia and Alabama. Starting off at number 10 is Lake Travis's Hudson Card. Now, in limited action at the quarterback position in 2017, he showed how exciting he can be under center. The 2020 Texas commit played everywhere last season. He threw for nearly 600 yards, added another 500 on the ground, and had 69 receptions for nearly 1,200 yards to go with 25 total touchdowns. And Lake Travis has been known for producing big-time quarterbacks, including the number 1 pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, Baker Mayfield, and expect Card and 5-star wide receiver Garrett Wilson to be one of the most lethal duels in high school football. The first of 4 quarterbacks from California is CAJON's 4-star gunslinger JAYDEN Daniels. During his junior season, he threw for 5,000 plus yards, had 62 touchdowns to only 5 INTs, and added nearly 1,300 yards on the ground to go with 15 more scores. UCLA is training big time for the talented quarterback, and he would fit perfect in Chip Kelly's system. And speaking of lethal duos, him and his 6'8", 4-star wide receiver Darren Jones are one of the best combos in the country. The first of 2 QBs from Arizona is Chandler's Jacob Conover. All this guy does is win. He has led the Wolves to back-to-back 6A state championships, and with him back under center, there's a good chance he can make it a three-peat in 2018. The future BYU Cougar has thrown for 3,000 plus yards and 32 touchdowns in each of the last 2 seasons. Pinson Valley's Bo Nix checks in at number 7, and he helped lead PV to its first ever state title in 2017. The 2019 Auburn commit is one of the most talented quarterbacks in the country. He can beat you with his arm and his legs, but his most impressive attribute is his ability to be a leader. Orange Lutheran's 4-star QB Ryan HILINSKI is the second one so far from the Golden State, and he has been one of the best quarterbacks so far in all of the regional camps and 7-on-7 tournaments. The 2019 South Carolina commit threw for nearly 4,000 yards and 33 touchdowns during his junior year, and what is even more impressive about those numbers is Olu balls in the toughest league in the country, the Trinity League. The number 5 quarterback has a chance to end his high school career as the Lone Star State's all-time passing leader, Grant Gunnell. The 2019 Arizona commit is 3,053 yards away and needs 43 touchdowns to set both Texas state records. Over the last 2 seasons, he has thrown for the 5th and 6th most yards in a single season in state history, and he enters his senior year with 11,356 yards passing and 142 touchdowns to go with 1,000 plus yards rushing and 20 more scores. 3 of the next 4 quarterbacks are from the class of 2020, and up first is the number 1 dual threat QB, Bryce Young. The recent modern-day transfer is one of the most talented dudes in the country and expects some big-time numbers in his first year under center for one of the best teams in the country. Checking in at number 3 is the only quarterback from Georgia on the list, and that is Marietta's Harrison Bailey. The Peach State has produced some of the best quarterbacks over the last decade, including Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Jake Fromm, Deshaun Watson, and a handful of other big-time quarterbacks. And up next is the 4-star quarterback from Marietta High School. The number 2 gunslinger in our top 10 is the top-rated quarterback from the class of 2019, Pinnacle's Spencer Rattler. The future Oklahoma Sooner threw for nearly 4,000 yards and 45 touchdowns during his junior year, and when you see him on tape, you quickly notice he is one of the best play-making quarterbacks in the country. Rattler is also a stud on the basketball court. He helped lead Pinnacle to its first ever state title in hoops during his junior campaign. The number 1 quarterback on the list is St. John Bosco's 5-star QB DJ Wangalele. He took over under center for the Braves in 2017 and started the team's final 8 games and ended up throwing for more than 3,000 yards and 31 touchdowns against some of the best teams in the country. The Braves will be in the mix for the number 1 spot when we drop our preseason top 25 later in July, and one of the main reasons why is because of the dude they got under center.